My name's Rob Duffus. I'm with the Friends of Coal Island Society. I'm one of many members, and I grew up around here, and so Coal Island has been part of my family's history for a long time.
Tell me a little bit about the cleanup and restoration efforts over the last few years.
Well, over the last few years, the neighbors have gotten together and pulled up broom and cleaned up piles of debris and cleared some of the old paths. And it's really made a difference to the presentation of the island and the visibility. One of the functions of the Friends of Coal Island is kind of a neighborhood watch, and now there are a lot of eyes and a lot of binoculars on the island, and when people see something amiss, they're pretty quick to call fire, police, or bylaw officer, or whatever is required.
Hi, I'm John Rogers. I'm a councillor with the town of View Royal. I'm the council liaison for the Friends of Coal Island. They were formed in about 2005 as a result of a rash of vandalism and so forth on the island, and they realized that the buildings needed protection from the neighborhood as well as from the provincial and federal authorities. Their mandate is to make the island safe, prevent vandalism, and to promote its cultural heritage and preservation. So they've had some terrific success with broom pulls over the years, removing unauthorized lean-tos and sheds. And this has been done with the cooperation of the two municipalities. Coal Island is in Colwood, but View Royal also recognizes it's an important piece of its heritage as well. So the municipalities are cooperating well with the Friends and making sure that we all do our bit to preserve this vital and important piece of heritage.
Yeah, people might be surprised to learn that there are naval buildings on Coal Island tucked right up in the north end of Esquimalt Harbour. Why are they so far from the dockyard? What's their function there? The reason they were placed so far away from the dockyard is because they were designed to contain the gunpowder that was on board the ships when they arrived at the dockyard. If a ship accidentally blew up and its magazine was full of gunpowder, it would destroy the whole infrastructure that kept the Royal Navy at the time afloat. So as soon as the ship arrived, its gunpowder stores would be taken off, put in a small boat and taken up to Coal Island where they'd be housed. 1858 onwards, there were brick buildings gradually being constructed on the island to house the gunpowder, to house the Royal Marine Guard that kept the gunpowder safe, until really the whole island was covered in structures surrounded by a wooden palisade to keep it safe. And inside these structures the powder would be kept in barrels, and when it arrived on the island often it was unstable, and later on when gun cotton arrived it would be unstable. And it would be dried out in a boiler house on the end of the jetty before it was even allowed on the island. So some very dangerous practices went on there and a high likelihood of an explosion. We've just finished a $150,000 conservation project on the island. We've been addressing some of those progressive collapse emergency maintenance issues, and we now feel that the buildings are in a decent state where we can present them to people and invite people to come and look at them. And how does this site form part of a vibrant, livable community? What role is it going to take? So we're going to be asking the community those questions in the coming months.
Well, our hopes are that we're going to be able to have a dock so that people can kayak or canoe out to the island. And I think we have also hopes to actually put a dock on the island itself.
I've started writing a book about the legacy of the Royal Navy in Esquimalt Harbour. And these are some of the classic Royal Naval buildings. I've seen them in Portsmouth, Plymouth, and now here. So I feel at home when I see them and touch them. And recently, we've been doing a project on the island, we discovered that the guardhouse, built in 1858, is probably the oldest colonial masonry building in the province. So it's a wonderful touchstone to the early history of the colonial province.
There's a wonderful sense of isolation here, even though you're so close to civilization. And now with the cleanup, there's a nice meadow here where you can have a picnic and take in the old historic buildings, some of the oldest buildings in Victoria, and just gaze all around you at the water and the boats and nature. It's wonderful.
Smack Dab Video Productions, providing complete video production services in Victoria, BC.